So here's the studio everybody's in today.
It's a Saturday, and I am here with Mick Wingert. Hey, an amazingly talented voice actor. Does so many different great impressions, but also just a great character actor. But now he's got classes that he teaches. Mick, what are we doing here in this studio on a Saturday?
Well, we are doing Saturday morning cartoons. It's a unique offering in the LA area. I put together a Saturday morning session where you get in the booth for 4 hours with working professionals like yourself, like myself. This morning we'll also have Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. We'll also have Matt Mercer. The four of us will be getting in the booth with students in a simulated session. So it's going to be group reads. It's not solo audition stuff.
Yeah.
You go in, you work. The pros like James give you tips, pointers. You watch them do their thing. They help you do your thing. And hopefully it is the most educational offering that you can find in the Southland.
We are here at a beautiful studio.
Woodcliff Studios.
Woodcliff Studios.
Run by the inimitable Frank Rosado.
Yes, and Frank is great. I'm going to take little snippets throughout and show you what it's like in a real session, because usually what happens is we got NDAs and all this stuff and we can't talk about it. I can give you little bits and pieces of what it's like to actually be in a session here today.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Saturday Morning Cartoons. I am your host, Mick Wingert. I will be doing directing duties this morning. You are all here to learn and or hone animation skill. And there's no better way I can think of to do that than to work with people who do it every day of their lives. My goal this morning is to let you get into a session-like atmosphere and not only glean by observing what some of these actors do on the fly and making their choices and creating their characters, but also to give them an opportunity to help you hone your technique in creating compelling characters so that we can get beyond doing voices and really getting into acting. Anyone else? There you are.
I didn't get one.
And you don't get one.
Oh, I don't get one? Oh.
Unless you want your own picture in there. Ladies and gentlemen, James Arnold Taylor.
Oh, that.
Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, a voice actress, on-camera actress. She also is a voice director. Can you mention any of the titles that you're directing currently?
Yeah, I'm directing Tangled for Disney. That's
Fantastic.
coming out next year. Pen Zero Part-Time Hero is winding down. Been directing Skylanders recently and hopping on World of Warcraft.
Matt Mercer, you know not only from his voiceover work in various anime and Marvel properties and other traditional animation, but you also might know him as the world's favorite dungeon master right now. Matt, what are you working on these days besides dungeon mastering, if there's anything you can mention?
There's nothing else I'm working on these days. It's all my time. No. I'm half joking. Right now, we're finishing up the next season of regular show. All throughout that season, which is great.
To really work out what this is like. That'll also free them up to direct with you in the booth. So they're going to violate all the rules of acting etiquette, and they're going to say, no, do that again because I got a great idea for you. It's to set the ground rules for the room. You never walk into a studio and adjust or touch the mic. I remember.
That meme, the only person who's ever dropped the mic are those who've never bought one.
Exactly. Just be aware when you're in there acting that jangly jewelry and stiff clothing and squishy fabrics will make
Squeaky
noise.
shoes.
And
phones.
Squeaky shoes and phones. They all make noise. And the thing about a microphone is it has no ability to discern. We're going to take it from line 135 and take it all the way to the end at 153. We are rolling on take one.
I just think, for moments like that, always be conscious of where you can elevate that simple line because it is so punctured. That's all I know.
That's just part of knowing your character's job in the show. This would be a great place for you to give a breath in between 50 and 51. You do boom, right? Don't say oop. That's just onomatopoeia. Make the sound of you smashing into a wall, and then maybe let the air out, like you got deflated. So let's take on take 6 here. Let's take lines 50, 51. You're rolling on 6. Congratulations, folks. That's as close as I can make it in an educational environment to actually being in a session with folks. In stage, we're taught, get your cue pickups. In voiceover, we have to get the audio clean. So the challenge is to come in with energy, but not on somebody else's line. Every voice director I've ever spoken to about being a voice director, you're as much a diplomat in that room as you are, and an ambassador to the actors and to the production side of things, as you are to guide the performances. And I would ask my pros, how do you handle that? How do you handle it when you get a line reading or you've done the same line for the umpteenth time?
Respectfully. Ultimately, you're hired to do the job. You have to do the job that they want. Don't be afraid to have ideas, but definitely don't get caught up in the ego idea of like, I'm an actor!
If you go in with the attitude of, I am your piano, play me. I am here to perform for you, so you tell me how you want it. However, because that's my job as an actor.
If a director gives me a line reading, I'm pretty good at giving them exactly what they just did
Yeah.
in my own voice. So practice that. If you're hanging out with each other, it's like, give me a line reading. Let me see if I can do it. Did it sound like it? You're recording. Listen back. Does it sound? Because that's an important part of it. I'm fine with line readings. I really am. It's only when you just get frustrated because you're feeling like you're getting them for the sake of getting them.
So important as a voice actor is there'll be, I love that read, that was perfect. Can you tighten it up?
Yeah.
So you have to recreate what you just did, but faster. And that is a huge skill that not a lot, you'd be surprised how few people can do that really, really well. You're looking at two amazing actors, three, that can do this. It's this fine tuning that has nothing to do with where you stand, it's the craft of voice acting.
You're expected to come in the room with a certain level of competency at what you do. Really, really nice stuff, you guys. As you can see, animation can be all different kinds of things. It can be comedy driven, it can be action driven, you can get some really high stakes drama like we just saw. There isn't just one style. You can't just take one class and say, I've taken an animation class, I can do this. Even if it's this one. Like you can't just take this class and just do it.
Well done. Mick, where can people find you online and learn about your classes?
MickWingert.com. I have some basic information on some of my coaching services. I'm also a working voice actor, so my demos are on there.
I know, we haven't been on it.
I only really teach out of the Los Angeles area for live lessons, but I can Skype or do a phone session for those who are out of market. The first thing to do is just hit the Contact Mick button on there. Send me an email. We can talk about what my rate is and all that kind of stuff if you're interested.
Thank you for letting us crash the class.
You're very welcome.